Oh, that is a nice old car there. Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler channel. Alright, so about 25 miles north of Yuma is the U.S. Army Proving Grounds. It got its origins back early in late 1800s, around there, and during the Mexican-American War, when the U.S. had a lot of forts down along the U.S. border here. It got its start, I think it was Fort Laguna, I think is what they called it. But anyways, they used it a lot during World War II for the desert training for the North Africa campaign. Patton and his crew came to this whole area, this whole southwestern area they used for that. And then now, check out that helicopter up there. That is the actual entrance to the Army base. I can't get on the base, but what I do want to do is I think we'll stop here and check these out real quick. And then there's an open air museum a little bit farther down the road that I want to check out. It's got a lot of equipment, tanks and armed personnel carriers, howitzers, that type of thing. So let's stop here, take a quick look at these, and then we'll head on down the road. Wow, I thought this would be a really cool thing to see up close. There's a sign over here, tell us a little bit about it. U.S. Army Proving Ground, gated to General Walton H. Bulldog Walker. And there's not a lot of room in there. Not a lot of room at all. That's one of the entrances. I don't have an ID to get on the base. And I was told that the museum they had it's closed down now. I think it was the Gunny in Quartzsite, the Gunny Museum. I think it was him that told me that they closed it down. Is that Apache helicopter at the other side of this intersection? Wow. All right. That was a fun little stop. This open air museum, it's literally just a couple miles down the road. And we're heading east now, straight towards I-95, or Highway 95. But you can kind of see it on the right here. Wow. There's a lot to see here. I didn't realize it was going to be that much to see. I see lots of storyboards. Looks pretty well lit too at night. Ooh, I wonder what this would be like on a clear night if you can come down here. It's open 24 hours. This would be interesting to come down here at night and try and get some pictures. But not too many people here. Lots of stuff to look at. I see lots of storyboards, so let's check it out. All right, let's see here. We've got Camp Laguna Desert Training Center. Camp Laguna. It was operated from 1942 to 1944. So that kind of turned into the Yuma Proving Grounds, and it's one of the sites that they use for like desert testing, testing weapons in the hot desert, the dry conditions, hot conditions. Look at the size of those shells. Wow. Historical exhibit. But yeah, this is one of the sites. They have sites like testing in very cold weather. They have some for testing in wet weather. And this is one of the sites they use for hot, dry climates. Wow, this is neat. I don't think I've ever been here. I don't remember coming out here. There's a Sherman tank. April 1944 at the Grand Blanc Tank Factory in Ohio. Yeah, when these were made, they weren't made to be pretty. Look at the, oh look. Wow. It's got some holes in it. Man, they weren't very big rounds compared to today, were they? This was a little gun. Let's see, here's some sort of troop transport. M113A1 Armored Personnel Carrier. Lightweight APC for armor and infantry units. Water and land. There's a Sheridan. Wow, that's got to be kind of like like a mortar, armored reconnaissance airborne assault vehicle. Ooh, it will fire conventional 152 millimeter and the Shillag guided missile. Oh, used in Vietnam and Saudi Arabia. Huh, it's a reconnaissance vehicle. Now here, see, these are getting M60 main battle tank. Fourth in a series of tanks. And was a primary tank for the Army and the Marines. Yeah, it's getting beefy there. This is a combat engineer vehicle. It's for what, clearing, looks like it might be able to clear some, has a bulldozer, maybe clear some mines out or something, or recover vehicles. It has a short little, almost like a mortar, so they can clear a road. Might be what they used in Saudi Arabia to take down those sand berms that they had. And what do we have here? Propelled howitzer. Developed on a chassis shared with other systems, this howitzer saw combat in Vietnam. So this one was in Vietnam and they brought it back. They have it welded shut. Man, those are pretty, it's pretty thick steel. These days it wouldn't stand a chance. What do they say about this one? Some sort of maintenance vehicle, probably, if I had to guess. I don't see a sign. Nothing to tell us about this one. Looks, I'd guess it's some sort of maintenance vehicle. There's some storyboards over there too, we'll go take a look at. Yeah, look at this one. A 50 cal up top. Combat tank, M103, 120 millimeter gun. It's got some bent fins back here. And those are some wide tracks too. What does this say? This vehicle provided a heavy tank armed with 120 millimeter gun with decreased weight and increased maneuverability, greater flexibility and accessibility of all components. This vehicle weighs 120,000 pounds. 120,000 pounds. Wow, look at the size of that gun. Let's go take a look at this one. This has got to be anti-aircraft right here. It's got radars on it. It's neat looking. Oh, here's a sign right here. Sergeant York, the 40 millimeter anti-aircraft weapons system is experimental. Wow, look at that. This is a really cool place. I've never been here. This looks like it was painted for Desert Storm. Duster anti-aircraft artillery, self-propelled twin 40 millimeter guns. Provided a mobile, lightly armored anti-aircraft and ground support weapon station. It's a modified tank chassis. Honest John rocket. Man. So that's an Honest John mounted, looks like an Honest John mounted on a launch truck back there. The Little John was a little brother to the Honest John. It was the Army's smallest nuclear capable rocket and found use within the Army's Airborne Division. Airdroppable, this system was tested at YPG from 58 to 59. So that was a small nuclear capable rocket. Let's go take it. So this was a bigger version? The 7.62 millimeter rocket, truck mounted launcher. Free flight rocket. The launcher is mounted and equipped with a manual traverse mechanism. man. I would not want to be on the receiving end of that thing. They got some good tires on the front. Ah, that's cool right there. Looks like we have some howitzers over here, artillery. That sign is gone, but M114 155 millimeter towed howitzer. Saw action in World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam. They must have a heck of a kick. And then the big guy. Eight-inch towed howitzer. Based on a pre-World War II carriage, this howitzer came to YPG, Yuma Proving Ground, in the early 1960s. How cool is that? Looks like another armored personnel carrier. Oh, it's a propelled howitzer. Standard SP howitzer for the U.S. Army. During World War II is when they used this one. That thing is probably so loud inside there. Wow. And the tracks aren't as wide as some of those other tanks. I wanted to see this. Looks like a multiple launch rocket system. We'll see what this is, and then go check out the storyboards over there real quick. Towed multiple rocket launcher. So it was used here to test. So test, see how it does in the hot desert, arid air climate. All right, let's go check these storyboards out real quick. Camp Laguna. The first of the Arizona camps established as Desert Training Center of World War II. Oh man, look at these guys. Chow line. M10 tank destroyer. Looks like he's stuck. See that hill there? I saw that somewhere. That's hard to see, but way off in the distance over there is that same mountain. Yuma Test Branch, 43 through 50. Crossing a pontoon bridge. That's a big tank. It's got like 2 tracks on there. On each side. Some more pontoon. Floating bridges have been used in warfare to good effect since about 560 BC. So, yeah, I guess The storm broke, according to officials. World War II, soon after the course of 5 weeks, 4 serious accidents occurred while tanks were crossing. Based on tests near Laguna Dam, it was confirmed that a design problem did exist. Hard upon this bridging disaster came news that the tanks would become both heavier and wider. So they used Laguna Dam to test bridging. Yuma test station. The main gate. The old MASH helicopter. All right, let's see. I had no idea. So they have more exhibits. This might be the one that might have been closed down. Museum Activity Center. Yeah. All right, well, this was very nice, very cool. Unfortunately, it is a restricted area. I'm not going to get a drone up here, but that's all right. All right, that was a fun little stop. Glad I stopped by here. Like I said before, I don't remember coming down here when I lived in Quartzsite, but I may have as a kid and just don't remember it. But the plan is we're gonna head back into town, and there's a museum I want to go check out. It's a Colorado River History Museum, and it was an old like a army depot for supplies back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and they would ferry the supplies in on the Colorado and then distribute them around the different forts around the southern border. But before we do that, we're heading over towards Highway 95, and there are a couple of cannons. If you've been in this area, you'll probably remember these if you've gone back and forth between Quartzsite and Yuma. And it's these huge cannons, and I believe they're the atomic cannons that they talked about at this open air museum we were just at. So I thought we would take a quick look. Yep, they're right here. See, big old huge. They have long reach. They got to shoot those things out pretty far. So anyways, let me get stopped. We'll take a quick up close look at these and then head on to that museum. I just want to see if I'm right, but I believe these are howitzers that they shot nuclear projectiles. A big old long, get those things way out there. See if there's a sign. I don't see any. Oh, there is a sign there. It might be a no parking sign or something. I don't know. No potable water. Yeah, just look at the size of the barrels on that one. There's one on each corner. But yeah, I believe that's what those are. All right. All right, let's head back into town and get over to that museum. I don't want to push the time here, but it's only about, I think it's like 30-minute drive from where I'm at now. But when I saw it, I thought it'd be really interesting to see maybe what one of these old Army depots would have looked like and get a little bit of history on it. So we're just gonna head into town, and yeah, I can't wait to get there.
Singing, take me home tonight. I need you in my arms to wake up and feel alive. Sweet Arizona, yeah, I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough, no, I just can't get enough of you. Sweet Arizona. Sweet Arizona. Her hair was fire red like red rocks in the sun. Her eyes were stained glass like blue under the glacier runs. Nowhere we're going, still don't know where she came from. La la la, la la la, la la la. Singing, take me home tonight. I need you in my arms to wake up and feel alive. Sweet Arizona, yeah, I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough, no, I just can't get enough of you. Sweet Arizona.
All right, well, we made it, and there doesn't look like there's anybody here. A couple cars, but wow, we might have this place almost to ourselves. I always love it when it's like that. I can take my time, although it is a little crunch time. It's getting a little later in the afternoon, so hopefully they'll let me in, and I'll be able to get this done. That's a cool wagon right there. And there's the visitor center, the office. So you can see there's just a little bit of cars here. I think we hit it just the right time. But anyways, all right, let me get parked. And yeah, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait to see what's in here. All right, well, this is gonna be neat. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm just gonna kind of cruise through here. Explore Yuma history, check out our gift shop, Facebook, or Insta, no pets. Yuma Crossing has been designated registered national landmark. All right, let's go check it out. Well, let's take a quick look here. Get some merch. Oh, I forgot my map.
Oh, there's your map.
Okay.
Your production will be.
Okay. So lots of books and information. They have a theater here too, kind of like the prison. Explain some stuff for you. And this shows you all the dams along the river. Glen Canyon, Hoover Dam, Davis Dam, Parker Dam. Imperial Dam, that's over by the LTVA. But, all right. You can buy a lot of different stuff in their shop. Now they close the visitor center at 5 o'clock. The park closes at 4:30. This is going to be very interesting. I didn't know a lot about this, but the overall view is that this was a supply depot for the Army. The steamboats would bring supplies in. They'd load them into the storehouse, and then over on this side, they had huge, like 1,000 mules, and they would have a lot of mule trains that would carry the supplies to the individual forts through mule trains, like 3-month supplies each time. And she also said that this train, a train car, it's like from the 1800s, and it's in not very great shape. So they're going to come dismantle it. So luckily, I'm here before they dismantle it and get some footage of it before that happens. Look at that cart carrying boxes. Wow, supplies, probably transferred a lot of, look at the pigeons here. But yeah, they would probably carry in carts like that from the warehouse over to where the mule trains were. Let's see here, Southern Pacific Passenger Coach Car. 1875 is when it was built. And you can see a little picture crossing the river there. Wow. Yeah, this thing is pretty old. I don't think I can get up anywhere, but I'm gonna see if you can see inside there. A little too much glare, maybe, I don't know. There's some steps. Yeah, it is in pretty bad shape, but for 1875, I'd say it's in pretty good shape. Wow, this is... They added those buttresses because it looks like the wall is coming apart. And these are original to the site. These buildings are original. Oh, there's some cool stuff in here we got to check out. Wow, look at this. And the steamboats. This is, wow, look at the size of that wheel. Cocopa. So there's a model of it. And there's a picture. Some guys on one. This is neat. And if you go to the Yuma prison, you can you get $1 off to come into here. So it was $9. So that's the rotating. That's the rotating bridge section that they talked about. So a steamship could go through for supplies. Wow. Here they are unloading some supplies. Wow, look at all that stuff on those barges. Wow. Oh, look at this, some models. Okay, here we go. So we have train coming in, across the river, and you can kind of see the bridge part that pivoted. And you had some barracks, it looks like. Wow, this is neat. It's Old Town Yuma right there. Look at that model. Looks like it's wooden or something, but conductor, wow. What do we have here? Yuma, Arizona, circa 1878. Wow, look at that. Even has a sombreros. That's pretty detailed there. They have some old wagons, some old 1931 Ford Model A. And then also have here wooden plank road. So this is part of the planks. They have a section of it here that was out on the sand dunes to get across. Wow, that is a nice old car there. Look at that. Here's some more of those carts, probably with carrying supplies from here. So they would bring, off of the steamboats, they'd bring them into this storehouse, this big, huge storehouse. Looks like one of those belly dump wagons. Yeah, dump wagon. Seen one of these before. That's cool. All right. There's another dump wagon. A little bit different version. And there's some other buildings here that are original. I want to run by real quick. All right, Army, so Office of the Army Depot Quartermaster, 1872, this adobe building. After 1875, the Signal Corps maintained a telegraph office and weather station. Arizona State Parks acquired the building in 1969 and fully restored it in 1987. Wow. Locked. Can't go in there. Maybe there's a different door we can go in. Kind of give you an idea what's in there though. All right, and then there's a well house up here. Water supply. But now we gotta walk by it anyways to get over to the other house. Now, I wanna walk down here because this is a pretty big building. This is, you can see some of the old lumber and the new lumber that was replaced. Look at this, we can go in here. So paid to come down here and check it out. Beyond snail mail, a telegraph. Wow, look at how uncomfortable these things must have been. Wow, this was the office in here. Enlisted guy here running the you can see the telegraph machine. there. Very interesting, very interesting. Huh. This is some sort of film talking about. And then here we have the depot. The Yuma Depot, Arizona Territory. So you can see here, the steamboats would come in, take stuff into the warehouse or the storehouse. Well, and they had, look how detailed that is. Wow, sure, looks like adobe brick in there too, that detailed. The stable over there, with all the mules. And here they have, looks like, yeah, she said they were putting in some new, they were looking at some new stuff in here, so she says one of the rooms is probably pretty empty. The Yuma crossing became the most important river crossing on the lower Colorado River. Now look at this old picture here. All right. Fort Yuma, California. All right, now we can take the trail. There's a little path that you can take. We'll walk up to the well house. When you go in, they give you a map. Oh, they give you, I dropped my map. But here's kind of a self-guided tour map that you'll get. And on the back, it kind of talks about each thing. So, the lady when I checked in and paid, she was really nice explaining stuff. You can't go up there, but the well house, or it's a water reservoir. There's a lot to see. I'm interested. See, the Colorado River is just right there. Now, kind of have to remember, back then, before all those dams were built, that water was up a little bit higher. Probably quite a bit higher. Measuring the mighty Colorado. So they have like some intakes to see that tower there, to measure what the water's like. This must have been some sort of residence. I'm just guessing. What does it say? Officers' quarters. Yeah, I think these are officers' quarters. Steamboats on the Colorado. Before we go in there, I wanted to, looks like a garden. Yeah. they're growing stuff in this garden here. How cool is that? We'll go inside the big building in a second, but let's see here. Commanding officer's kitchen. Wow. Commanding officer, this guy, here's a picture. You can see a little on the storyboard. Well, the CO had it good. Look at this. What is that? It's a wood. Some sort of wood in there. Huh. It's in there too. Oh, here's a... Wow, look at this. Master bedroom. The bedroom was a sanctuary for the military husband and wife. A fireplace over there. Look at these boots. Now, since these are original buildings, they've added some lights, but they originally had no lighting other than kerosene lamps. What's this? Oh, the child's bedroom. Some wives chose to remain in the East rather than follow their husbands to the rough frontier. So this kind of shows how it might have been. This kind of shows how it might have been furnished if the quartermaster's wife came out here with him. Wow, look at that. What do we have here? The parlor. Oh yeah. Boy, it's dark in here. Let's see, the parlor. During heyday of the depot, 1876, he lived in this home. Here the Bradley family entertained friends and officers from Fort Yuma. Sitting here and this is nice. Look at that. It's got a little piano over there to play. Now, I saw over here there was a little storyboard I wanted to read real quick. Okay, here we go. 1859, steamboat entrepreneur George Alonzo built a riverside home for his bride. So now it's known as the commanding officer's quarters. So this was originally a house for a guy's bride, and then they turned it into the CO's house. Let's check this out. Some restrooms.
restrooms are not original, she said. But somewhere here is oh, you can see the old bridge, but the water goes underneath to this canal from the river over here into this canal. So I suppose we can walk over there. You can kind of see it coming up here. Yeah. Check that out, that's cool looking. So it's all underground right there, coming up through there. And that helps supply all the agriculture that's around this area, which there is a ton of agriculture here. All right, so maybe this. Well, somebody wrote on it, the Yuma projects. Huh. This talks about how the Laguna Dam, 1909, is constructed. This pedestrian bridge. Second Avenue Historic Bridge. What do we call it? The Second Avenue Historic Bridge? That's neat. All right, we are just about out of time. I saw her walking around, starting to close the buildings up. And she said that she would do this one last for me so we can kind of walk in here. If you notice a difference in the footage, this newbie YouTuber ran out of SD card on my other camera, so I'm using my camera to film this, or my phone. I'm not sure. I think this is where. Also, there's an Italian restaurant here, and I think was it authentic? Enter here for exhibits. All right, let's go check this out. Wow, light comes on. Wow, light comes on for you. Hall's Safe and Lock Company. It smells good in here. It smells good in here from that restaurant. Here's the siphon we're talking about, so it siphons into that canal. Wow. The gateway to the west. Yuma celebrates siphon completion. So this talks all about the siphoning for that canal. Deep sea diving in the Yuma Desert. Look at this. Imagine working in that. Sinking into the two vertical shafts, the Colorado River siphon underground seepage into the work area became a major problem. So they had to put pumps in there to clean out that working area. Here's a guy in a suit. Al Christie, 1910. Wow. Look at that. That is a lot of work. So here, as you can see where it goes under the Colorado River and then it goes into that canal. So the canal goes underneath each direction and it siphons. Wow, man. Looks like there's some more. Ooh, it's really dark. I'm gonna put my phone to the test. I've never videoed with my phone before. Don't know how the sound's gonna be. Taming the Mighty Colorado. So this gives you a little idea of where the dams are. Huh. All right, well. Oh, there, yeah, you can see. There's the kitchen. That's why it smells so good in here. The kitchen for the restaurant. Well, this was a really fun place. See, it's an outdoor restaurant. They're open. The restaurant is open until 8 o'clock. Oh, and we are back at the beginning. Wow, that glare's really bad, isn't it? All right, well, I think we're gonna head back to the truck now. All right, well, that is gonna do it. I had a great time. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Hope you learned something along with me. I learned a lot today. So I'm gonna sign off, and just remember, never say goodbye. Always see you later.